This is Off the Ice, the Nanaimo Clippers hockey show on 106.9 The Wolf. With the latest news on the Clippers and the BCHL, here's Dan Marshall.
It's Off the Ice, the Clippers hockey show for a rainy Monday night in November. Lots to get into today, although a quiet week for the Clippers. One game against the Victoria Grizzlies on the road on Friday, and Nanaimo coming off another 3-game week and a highly successful one with 3 consecutive victories, 4 straight wins overall. We'll talk to the head coach and the general manager of the Clippers, Mike Vandekamp, about that in a very short moment. But first, Joe D. Trivia Time. We want to send you to the next Clipper home game, which is not for a while, not until December 11th.
Yeah, it's an easy one today. All you got to do is check it out on our Facebook
Multiple
page.
Choice.
Give us an answer. What is the Clippers' record for most goals in a season? Is it 64 or 84?
2 very high totals. One of those is correct. We'll have the answer for you at the end of the show. Let's start with the head coach and general manager of the Clippers, Mike Vandekamp. And coach, 4 consecutive wins for your hockey club. And have you erased the memories yet of the difficult road trip and a tough sled there at the beginning of November?
Yeah, I think we moved on from that. We learned lots, obviously, through that stretch. And, we were challenged to come together here and work harder and work together better and all those things. And we turned the corner. I think I think the win that we got on the road after that road trip, the one that we got in Alberni Valley, was a real key victory. Even though we followed it up with not such a great game or result on the Friday night at home, we still we were able to squash the losing streak after the road trip with that win, and then we got on track on the Saturday night there against Langley, and we've kind of been on track ever since. But, we got to keep it going. It's a tight division, and we're just keeping our heads above water right now. We're playing well, but we still want to take another step here and really get consistent over this middle section of the season.
What's been the biggest positive change from the struggles you had on the road and the 4-game winning streak of now?
I think that our consistency just within the game itself has been better. Like, we're having a little simpler focus on just winning our shifts. We've cut down turnovers better. I mean, there's a long ways to go, but it's been better. I think overall puck management has been, really the major factor in all of the games. When we manage the puck smartly, we tend to win the hockey game, keep the goals against down. When we're, having some turnovers and things like that, we get ourselves in trouble. So, overall, I'd say puck management's been a key. It's kept the goals against down. Our D-zone play has been pretty good. Overall, even though we've given up the odd goal, most of the games our penalty kill has been stronger overall, I think. And, it's getting some timely goals at some key times as well.
Is there an opportunity, and I was actually talking with Jason Williamson, your head scout, about this, with an extra team in the league and the other 2 divisions having 2 teams that won't make the playoffs, could there be more trade activity? Could there be more sellers potentially that could maybe help you out towards the deadline like December 1st?
There could be. I don't think you'll see that in our division to start with. Maybe a little bit in the other 2 divisions, the two that you referenced with 6 teams. Obviously, I think it's fairly obvious when you looked at a couple teams that are a little bit on the outside from the playoffs. So, but that said, I mean, how do you make that type of deal? And we have a full allotment of 20-year-old players who we like. We like our import players. We don't have a lot of room there. It's not an easy thing. I mean, we'd like to keep the majority of the hockey players that we have here too, and we want to build for the future and be cognizant of that at the whole time too. So whether we make something happen in our own league or whether there's somewhere else that we go to, whether it's major junior hockey or the United States or one of the other leagues in Canada, I mean, there's all sorts of options, I suppose, out there. But it's not an easy time of year to be trying to make anything real drastic or dramatic happen, I don't think. And so we'll just kind of tweak it. And no question, we got to get a defenseman at some point this year. So that's probably the number one focus. And you always look at other areas. I guess if you could strengthen your team in a responsible way, you'll do it.
You're a first-place hockey club right now. You have a 3-point lead on Cowichan, and I know through the course of sometimes being tied with them and jockeying back and forth, you haven't talked about the standings or first place. When you have that, though, when you know you're in first place, everybody on the team does, Do you talk about the goal of trying to keep that, or do you just leave it alone and keep working in your 5-game segments like you have done?
I think we'll stay focused on that for now. I mean, it's something that we talked about at the beginning of the season as a goal. We felt as though consistency within our 5-game segments would get us there. We've been relatively consistent in those areas. I mean, we haven't completed this difficult segment yet either. We're 2-0 right now, but we've got 3 road games in a row, 2 in Victoria. They've been playing good hockey. And then 1 up north, I guess it would be in Prince George. So, these are going to be tough games, and we've got to get those some points in this next 3 road games. We just have to keep focused on that right now, and if we can do that and keep meeting those goals and keep getting stronger and better as a team, we'll find ourselves at the top at the end. But there's an awful lot of hockey to be played yet. We're not quite at the halfway point, so this is only just the start, but it's nice to be there at this stage. I mean, it's been an up and down kind of roller coaster ride already this year, but we're getting to that point, right? And you and I talked about that 30-game kind of mark where we'd hopefully see the team start to come together a little bit better, and maybe that has kind of started to happen. We're at game 27 going on to 28 now, and starting to see the team play a lot smarter and a lot better. So hopefully that is this whole experiment is coming kind of true the way that we thought it would.
Coach, thanks so much for your time, and looking forward to the game on the road on Friday.
Sounds good, Dan. Thank you.
That's the head coach and general manager of the Nanaimo Clippers, Mike Vandekamp, joining us here. When we come back, an unbelievable prize for our game today with our 2 Clippers. We have Captain Devin Brosseau and Nolan Aibel. First of all, an unbelievable prize. We'll chat with them about their seasons to date, and we'll get into a game, and it's going to be called On the Road Again, just like the Willie Nelson song. More Off the Ice after this. We are back live on Off the Ice, the Clippers hockey show. We have a veteran and a first-year player joining us at this point, Captain Devin Brosseau and forward Nolan Aibel. And first of all, Devin, are you glad that you're finally not on the same show as Sheldon Rempel? Because normally I'd never separate you guys, but I finally done it. Does that make you happy?
Yeah, we were just talking about it there, saying we always play that newlywed game. So
we didn't play it this year, though. We did something different.
That was the first 2, but it's nice to have a new competitor out there. Nolan.
Let's talk about being the captain, because we talked about it early in the season, and at that point you hadn't really done a lot yet. You hadn't been through the ups and the downs and the long road trips wearing the C, but now you've had some real things to deal with, both positive and negative. So how's it gone?
I think it's gone pretty well. I mean, obviously, I think the biggest challenge this year was when I think we lost 4 in a row a couple weekends ago, and that we dug ourselves a hole, and as a captain, you're just trying to, keep the energy positive and keep the guys going. So that was a bit of a challenge. You learn every day. I mean, like I said earlier in the first show I've been on here this year, I've got guys in the room that are, we've got a lot of leaders in the room, so it makes my job easier. And, guys that played a lot of game in this league or in the USHL or wherever, they just, come along and help us. And we were able to turn that around and now on a little win streak. So it's been good. It's been fun, and you just learn with those little experiences like that.
What's your role on the group when the team struggles a little bit? You had that tough road trip to the interior, and guys I think are feeling down a little bit, and it doesn't end well. You had the tough game in Trail, great game against Penticton, but then West Kelowna, it kind of goes sideways again. So when things are going downwards, what's your role as the captain to try and bring guys out of it?
You don't want to get frustrated too much. Obviously, when you lose those kind of games, call them, I don't know, like a little bit of embarrassment. The one in Trail, West Kelowna, even the one, in Penticton, we played well, but I think for me it was a little heartbreaker, especially.
You had one of your best games of the year there.
Yeah, especially for the feelings of last year a little bit. So, we were been a couple of games we had lost, and we came into Penticton, played a good one, and still lost, and it was double overtime. Yeah,
3-on-3. Yeah.
You really want to keep the guys on a positive note. You don't want them to put their heads down, and because once we start doing that, it's just goes down the drain. So you want to keep them loose, keep them focused, positive, and just tell them to work hard, and the positive stuff's gonna come. And like I said, we've been working on that a lot, and it's been good lately. So we just got to keep that mentality and keep pushing.
You had a 4-game winning streak, and then the team lost 4 in a row. So you kind of gave those wins back, and now you have another 4-game winning streak. What do you need to do as a group this time to keep that going and not give anything back?
I personally think Nolan's probably going to agree on this. A lot of guys will on the team. I think personally, I think we take a step forward in our season. We had a lot of chats. Lots of chats actually. In the dressing room meetings between the players. Just us and about taking that next step. And it was those chats occurred a lot in that 4-game losing streak. And I think we were able to bounce back pretty well. And now we know we can bounce back, and we know. I think our team's learning to, we know we're winners and we know how to win. So I think that'll help us moving forward.
Have you ever been on a forward line quite like the one you're on right now? You played with Sheldon a long time, but Matt Hoover comes in and he just seems like the perfect complement, and you guys are scoring at an unbelievable pace right now, especially Sheldon, but it's not just him. It's your whole line that's been playing so well. Have you ever been a part of something quite this special?
No, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's kind of nice. My first junior year, I was when I was 17 back in Quebec, I was able to play with. Both guys had 100 points, but it's not nearly the same league, and I was just a 17-year-old just tagging along for some experience with 2 20-year-olds. But no, it's fun. We just. We try to stay humble and grounded and just work hard every game and try to do our best to help the team out. And we've been fortunate. So, we're grateful for that, and we just want to keep going.
I think you and Sheldon are going to be talking to the Clarkson coaches this week even about next year. Are you starting to get excited? Obviously, there's a lot left, but knowing that they're coming to talk to you, are you getting excited?
Oh, yeah. They've been talking to us, pretty much all year. We're actually... going to talk to him tomorrow probably. He's probably going to be there at our practice. And, they're really excited too. They're excited for the, our class of freshmen to be coming in next year at Clarkson. And exciting the way things are going. And they think their program is moving. It's going to take a step forward with, us and a couple of guys coming in. So, if they're excited, we're excited. And we're just getting anxious. But, we still got a good junior year here and try to enjoy it and make the best out of it before heading to college.
I thought it was funny. There was a couple of times on Saturday where one of your future teammates at Clarkson is Mitch Meek, and he was on the other side. And there was quite a war of words between, I think it was Sheldon and him at one point, but I think you were in there too. That has to be kind of fun.
Yeah, no, it was a bit the same thing against Langley there with Schneider. He took a run at Rems and, just came in. We know we're going to, we know we're going to be future teammates, but not yet. That's the game. Same thing with Meek there on Cowichan. You're going to finish every check you have, every chance you have, finish your hit on him and, beak him a little bit, play your game. And it's all, it's all fun and games, but, just keep it real for now, I guess.
Nolan, Aibel, you've been very patient waiting to get your chance. First of all, love the outfit. A guy from New York with a Vancouver All-Star Game sweater and an old-school Anaheim Ducks toque. What about the wardrobe choices can you share with us?
Well, I recently just picked up this hat at the mall, actually, in town. So, I got that there, and I actually picked up this sweater back home in New York City. I'm not sure why it was there, but it was a great find, and thanks for liking the outfit, I guess.
You come to Nanaimo, and you're excited to get into the BC Hockey League, I'm sure. And you take maybe the biggest hit you've taken all year from Zach Court, your line mates. Talk about that first game. That was quite a moment where the big hit you take that knocks you out of the game is from your own line mate.
Yeah, that was pretty frustrating because obviously when you're new to a team or new to a league, you want to just get your feet wet quick and make a good impression on your teammates and the new coaching staff. So to not be able to get back in that game and to kind of have the injury linger on for a bit was pretty frustrating. But, Courtsy laid a big hit on me, and I guess just got to watch out for another hit from him in the future.
You had the first goal come finally, and I remember in the first period of the game you scored, you got robbed on a nice cross-ice play, and I thought, oh, maybe that's going to be the first one. And then you come back in the third period and get your first BC Hockey League goal. Tell me about the goal, and were you wondering in the first period of that game, is this ever going to come?
Yeah, well, when you're kind of going through a scoring slump, it's like nothing's going right for you at the time, and I think on that first play, Sheldon gave me a great pass, and I thought that was going to be the one, but the goalie made a great save. So I guess you can't get too frustrated and just kind of have to keep bearing down on your chances, and it was great to get that monkey off my back and just trying to keep building off of that.
As you get the first one, then you find yourself in the final seconds against Victoria, getting another one on a nice breakaway move. Are you one of those guys that can score in bunches? And when you get your confidence going, do you think you can provide the scoring on a regular basis?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's part of my skills, making plays and putting the puck in the back of the net. So, yeah, I definitely think I'll be able to do that, and it's just, like you said, getting your confidence and just getting more comfortable, and I think I've been doing that lately and should be doing that in the future.
It was nice to see, for me, I think for the coaches too, that as you moved to what might be considered a lower line on the depth chart, you didn't let that bother you. In fact, your offense really came alive. Is that something that can be a real positive for you? That it's not like you're, like Devin talked about, riding shotgun with a couple of veteran guys, but you're able to kind of lead a little bit on a somewhat lower line, but produce at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. I try not to pay attention to what line I'm on or how much ice time I'm getting. It just, when I'm out there, just work my hardest, and I know I can make things happen, whether it's playing with top line guys or, like you said, I guess it's considered bottom line guys, but just working hard and creating chances out there and playing the game that I know how to play. I think offense could be created on any line.
Is it any different, junior A hockey in the BCHL as opposed to playing at the USHL level? Do you notice, oh my gosh, it's a completely different game, I have to reinvent myself a little bit, or is junior hockey junior hockey?
Junior hockey is junior hockey. I guess you never really want to reinvent yourself. You kind of want to just stick to who you are as a player, but there's definitely a little bit more time and space out there, which works to my game a lot, so I'm trying to take advantage of that and just getting used to it a little bit more. It'll help a lot.
Did you know anything about Nanaimo before you got here, and are you enjoying it?
I actually knew nothing, and yeah, it's a great place to play and great place to live, so I'm very happy here.
NCAA-wise, are you going to NCAA next year for sure? Could you be a 2-year guy here? Do you know for sure what your plans are down the road for college?
I actually don't know what my plans are right now. I could be a 2-year guy. I could be going in next year. I guess it just depends on how my season finishes up and how Yale's recruits do and what they decide to do with me. So I'm not too focused on that right now. I'm just focused on helping the Clippers win and just building off that.
I need you guys to tell me about your hometowns. Nolan, we'll start with you. Tell me about your hometown, where it is, what it is, and anything interesting about your hometown.
Well, I'm from Jericho, New York, or Brookville, New York, but I just moved to a new town last summer, actually, so I'm kind of getting used to that. It's on the water, nice town, and had a great summer there, so I'm excited to get back there over Christmas and see my new house, actually. So I'm not too familiar with the area, but where I came from back home, it was a great place to grow up, and loved every second of it.
Devin, tell us about your hometown and some things about it.
Yeah, I'm from a little town called St. Lambert, Quebec, just on the other side of the bridge there from Montreal. So, I mean, it's probably a 2-minute drive to downtown. I don't know, there's probably 25,000 people. A small town. I guess you could call it kind of a hipster town if you want to. It's nice. There's a little main road. Nothing too fancy. It's just nice because it's close to Montreal, and I know there's a lot of traffic in the morning because there's a bridge that goes right through it. But it's nice. I like it. It's on the water too, so That's pretty much it.
For the purposes of this show, Devin will stick with St. Lambert. But Nolan, for On the Road Again, we're going to stick with Brooksville. Okay, with Brookville, New York.
Okay. Sounds good.
The game is called On the Road Again. And today we have a pair of prizes. 2 brand new cars.
It's a bit too much, Dan.
We blew the budget. 2. You're each walking out of here with a brand new car. The game is called On the Road Again. You have bells in front of you. Grab those in whichever is your dominant hand for ringing your bell. First person to chime in is going to have our first opportunity to answer the question. And again, for the purposes of our game, it's called On the Road Again with Nolan, Aibel, and Devin Brosseau. The idea is about car travel, about kilometers, driving distances, because both guys are going to be... No, there's some miles in there, too.
Okay.
There's some miles in there, too. And don't worry, knowing that we're in Canada, and I'm not going to force you to convert in your head, Nolan. It's all good.
Okay.
So Devin, as a very good sport and the captain of the team, is actually going to give Nolan the first crack at this question without chiming in. So Nolan, you don't have to chime in. I'm giving you the first crack at the question. This is the best of 7. It's called On the Road Again. Who has farther to travel to get home for Christmas? Is it you or Devin? Whether it's miles or kilometers, no matter how you want to look at it, but from Nanaimo to, and I'm using Brookville as the staple here, versus St. Lambert. Who has the farthest to travel, you or Devin?
I'd have to say me.
It is you, but just barely. 5,004 kilometers for you and 4,900 for Devin. It's really close. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Have won Athlete League. Now get ready. That was your freebie. Now get ready. And Devin, you have the advantage because you've been here for a long time. Which BCHL team is the farthest away from Nanaimo? Devin Brosseau.
Prince George.
Prince George is correct.
Guess I won't finish the question.
No, he doesn't. If you chime in early, as long as you can answer, that's all good.
I guess it's, I don't know. Devin's used to it. So.
It's now 1-1. If you're not cheating, you're not trying, Nolan. Remember that quote. How long would it take to drive from Brookville to St. Lambert or vice versa? Nolan Aibel.
You said 4,900 kilometers. About 150 kilometers.
Yeah, but how long? How many?
How long?
Yeah, in terms of hours or minutes, how long would it take?
2 hours, 45 minutes.
Devin. Nolan is wrong.
5.5, 6.
It's 6.5. She's like, Joe, you need to break the. He said 5.5, 6. It's 6.5. Is that close enough?
I think that's close enough.
Joe
Considering
says
the question.
you have it.
Good, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Guys, get ready.
I think the heat. Get out of the kitchen.
Get your hands on those bells. Which BCHL team is the shortest drive from Nanaimo? That was a tie. We're going to go with Nolan. Shortest drive from Nanaimo. This is gutsy because you haven't been here very long.
Yeah.
I'm going to even give you a hint. You've made this trip.
Okay. Well, it's either Cowichan or Alberni.
Oh, boy. It's got to flip a coin.
I'm going to have to go with Alberni.
Incorrect. Devin, I'm not giving you the point because it was one or the other, but you're still up 2-1 on Nolan. He went for it. I love it. This is multiple choice. This is multiple choice, so wait till I finish before you chime in. How many miles? By the way, the game is called On the Road Again, and each of these guys, Nolan, Aibel, and Devin Brosseau, are getting brand new cars. We've broken the prize budget here on The Wolf. How many miles, Nolan, miles for you, right? Not kilometers, miles, does the average Zamboni travel in a year? Is it 1,000 or 2,000? That was the tie again. We're going to go with Nolan again. I'm giving him all the advantages. Nolan, 1,000 or 2,000?
Miles.
Miles.
Yes.
Zamboni.
1,000.
Incorrect. It's 2,000. Nolan is down 2-1.
50-50s are killing.
The 50-50s are difficult. And we've got another 50-50 coming. In fact, the rest of it's pretty much 50-50. How far is it to drive? And Nolan, you have to wrap your head around this because this is a kilometer question. Okay? How far is it to drive, multiple choice, from one end of Vancouver Island to the other? Is it 440 kilometers or 320 kilometers? Devin Brosseau.
I'll go 450.
That is correct. It's 440. 440 as opposed to 320. You have a 3-1 lead. That's a good lead to have in the series as we're getting towards the end.
It's a comeback.
Here we go. It would take 1,400 kilometers, again, sorry, Nolan, for the kilometers, but that doesn't matter. 1,400 kilometers to drive to the RBC Cup at the end of this season. Where would you be driving to? Nolan, you missed the button. You went for it. I'm giving it to you.
Alberta?
Where?
That is partially correct, but what city would you be going to? What city would you be driving to? Yes, it is in Alberta.
Calgary? I can't even name I don't even know if that's a city in Alberta.
It is.
To be honest.
Your geography is good. Devin, do you know where you're going to be driving to?
Lloydminster.
That is correct.
Well,
4-1.
Yeah.
Devin Brosseau wins on the road again. Nolan, you had it.
yeah.
A couple of 50-50s there. The pressure. Not even the Anaheim Ducks old school Duke can save you. And
Sign
on
up
the
for
road
some
again.
Geography there, BIU or something.
So congratulations, Nolan. That's your brand new car.
Oh, wow.
Sweet.
That's awesome. I can't wait to drive that around.
Courtesy of 1069 The Wolf, a Hot Wheels car. And Devin, this is your brand new car.
I got a big time muscle there.
Yes, a big time muscle car.
It's fine. I like
Ford
mine
Mustang.
better.
Brand new cars for both of these guys. I blew the budget on this today for playing on the road again. Devin's your big winner. Joe, before we end the show, trivia.
Yes.
Give the answer for us.
Congratulations to Terry for answering the question right. It was, what is the Clippers' record for most goals in a season? The answer was 84.
John Newberry back in 79-80, the most goals ever. Sheldon Ripples had a great year. Don't know if he's getting to 84. That's the record that might just stand forever. For Joe, this is Dan. So long from Off the Ice.
You've been listening to Off the Ice, the Clippers Hockey Show. Join us again next Monday night at 7 on Nanaimo's Rock. 1069 The Wolf.